All right, Velo fans, we have another crash here. I think we're back in Miami. This may be that same group ride from another one we did, but this is actually a crash I've been looking for, and it's not a great example of it, but I haven't been able to find anything else on YouTube. And here you have a pretty large group that's moving pretty quick, 33 miles an hour there, based on the heads-up display here from this rider. So they're scooting along. So the speed actually makes this particular type of crash, uh, increases the likelihood of it. And what's going to happen is they're going to come onto a bridge, and we're in Miami, so a bridge is a hill. And what happens when you, especially at the higher the speed, the more likely this is to happen. You come into a hill, a roller, a bridge like this, and the front riders slow down, obviously, as they hit the hill at a quicker rate than the riders behind them, and the group collapses or compresses onto itself, and all of a sudden you got immediately 20, 30 riders here overlapping wheels, and it becomes this domino effect as the group compresses into itself. So again, there's not a lot to see from this particular one. We really, just because of the size of the group, we can't see it actually happening, but you can see that the group does come together and they're moving at quite a rate of speed, that compression is a big deal. So it's something to watch out for. I mean, I can see some people starting to flare out a little bit, meaning this rider's coming up on a wheel quicker than they like, so they're coming around it, and they look like racers. I think we've seen this group before in other videos, just riding like jackasses, racing in town. I don't mind you racing on your group ride, do that, but get outside of town where there's no traffic. It looks pretty busy. This is like an evening Tuesday night worlds here. So racers do what racers will, and that rider's doing what you do in a race. You don't hit the brakes. If you hit the brake, you put in watts that you didn't need to put in, so you want to coast, and that's what you do. But you get a bunch of people doing that into a hill as the group compresses, and you're going to get a pile up. So I can see the group coming together a little bit here, people coming around, jumping out of the saddle, getting around people as it starts to compress. So the outside rider's coming up and the inside rider's coming back. Boom, you just get a pile up. So it's something to watch for on your next group ride. As you see those rollers, take note of it. It's most common. Again, it happens more the faster you're going. If a group's just kind of plotting along at 17 miles an hour, 18 miles an hour, and you hit little rollers, you're probably not compressing. But if you're getting up there 28 miles an hour and up, you're going to feel that compression, especially as the group gets bigger. That tail end. If you got a group like this, they're halfway up the hill of this bridge, overpass, whatever we have here. So they're going as slow as they're going to be going, while towards the tail end of this group, some of those cats are still going 33 miles an hour. So the bigger the group is, the longer the compression lasts, the more violent it can be. So take note of that next time you're out there, and just watch it even with your smaller groups you're riding with. Notice how the group compresses into a hill. And then what I recommend you do is anticipate the hill. You see the hill coming up, drift off the wheel in front of you and leave a bigger gap. And then as the group compresses, then you can start pedaling. If you know the road, I know a lot of the roads I ride, I know them really well. I know the hills, and I can see a roller coming up as I'm in the group and drift off the group to the point where I never have to hit the brakes, because I know the hill, I know the speed, I know how long I'm going to coast up or roll up into the group as it starts to slow down. And right about the time I need to start pedaling to get up the hill, the group has settled into the speed it's going to be on the hill. There's a very similar thing that happens in turns, and I'm going to look to see if I can find a video that shows that in turns, where you shotgun the turn. You drift off the back of the group as they come in the turn because you're towards the back, so that you don't have to slam on your brakes and then have to accelerate your face off out of the turn. Instead, you drift off the group, and then you just go through the turn faster than the group and catch them right at the exit. So watch compression into hills. It's a real thing, and if you're on bigger rides, you're going to notice it.